Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and we apologize for the delay in the start of our broadcast this morning. Experiencing the tail end of a hurricane here in Newfoundland, and we had some slight delays, but we're back, and we're here for Team Great Britain and Team Greece. There's 9 minutes remaining in the first period. There's no score, as that one is off a stick and wide. So there'll be a face-off here to the right of Rachel Jackson in the Great Britain net. Markazinas joins the play up here. That's fired off the helmet of Jackson. Play scrambled. Back here as Briscoe retreats in her zone. Shots currently 3-2 in favor of Great Britain. Helen Briscoe up around the boards for Craighead. Craighead's met there by Harwick. That's sent ahead as Smith and Evans will pursue that one into the corner. Sarah Smith back here for Craighead. Craighead sends that one wide as Joe Presley is now on the attack. Craighead picks that off. Craighead with the shot wide of Afexinadu in the Greece cage. Craighead feed in front from Smith. Craighead and Harwick. Kylie Harwick away with that, sends it ahead for So. Stephanie So tangled up with Sarah Lowe over there. And here's Craighead again. She's pursued by Markazinas. Milano now. Milano for Team Greece. Melissa Milano shoots, and Rachel Jackson gets a glove on that one. Up here now for Vicarage. Vicarage with the nice chip ahead for Kate Parker. Icing waved off. Parker first to it. She's watched there by Karakanitis. Vicarage in the slot. Here's Herdman. Herdman walks out front, and Afexinadu makes the save. So 7:09 now remaining in the first period. Markazinas on that, as well as Mangos, Natalie Mangos, who's been player of the game now twice for Team Greece. And that's sent ahead nicely there by Besford. Parker on Malono. Shot in wide of the goal for Mangos. Mangos controls down low. Natalie Mangos. And Jackson does a good job to keep that out. Crease violation called versus Team Greece. And we'll have a face-off outside the blue line. Leanne Diot. Diot is in. Diot around Evans. Diot shoots just wide of Afexinadu. Played there by Skofich. Skofich watched very closely by Farron. Around for Diot. Diot sends that in wide of the goal. Cuglietta fires that on Afexinadu, and she holds for the whistle. Play deep in the Greek zone as Farron sends that in front for Diot, and she's knocked down. Nice feed wide here for Mangos. Natalie Mangos drops that for Markazinas. And it looks like the Greeks today are playing without Tessa Dimitrikopoulos, who I believe has gone home from the tournament. Farron shoots, saved by Afexinadu. And Nicole Nakos is on that. Nakos. Williams sends that in front. And they'll retreat now on the back check as Team Great Britain are having their best start of the tournament here. And here's Jenny Hare. Jenny Hare behind the goal. Ahead for Rach Searle. She hits the red line. Rachel Searle leading the rush. Farron walks, shoots, save Afexinadu. And here's Rachel Stockdale. Stockdale sends that here near side. Stockdale wide for Croxall. Nikki Croxall, she shoots. And that's tipped wide by Afexinadu. Shots now 7-4 in favor of Great Britain. 4 minutes remain. As the Great Britain men's team, some of whom are in attendance over here on the far side, and I believe some more of whom spent last night on George Street, maybe a little too early to get up for the 7th place game. And you can understand that as the boys finished their tournament yesterday. Wrap around there by Smith. And Great Britain carrying the play right now. So what a time for Great Britain to maybe get their first win of the tournament here. And I'm sure the ladies will be thrilled with that. And I should mention that the Greece supporters not out in full force this morning either, and it appears that Newfoundland has taken its toll on a few of the fans here in attendance as the tournament winds down and teams get knocked out of contention. As for myself and Tatey, we'll be making our way down to George Street tonight, so if anybody is in the area who've been taking it in and want to get up close and personal with the broadcast team, we'll certainly be available. And here's Milano. Melissa Milano in on Jackson. Milano in. Shoots just wide. As Milano takes a spill. Milano sends that in. And Briscoe will get that for the UK. Briscoe watched very closely there. Set ahead for Presley. Presley met there by Nakos. And here's Smith. Sarah Smith's having a great game. Nice pass for Craighead. Craighead receives and she'll cut in. Joy Craighead shoots. That's stopped by Afexinadu. As Craighead blows a tire on the way in there. 2:56 remains in the first. Draw into the corner. Dongus sends that ahead. That's picked off by Lang, and she sends it in. Vicarage pursued there by Parker. Shannon Lang with a great read on the rim. Here's Dongus. Dongus sends it out here. Besford keeps that alive nicely. Vicarage sends that on goal and misses just wide. Karakonitis. Karakonitis now pursued, turned over there by Herdman. And Vicarage, great job. Great pressure by the Great Britain ladies team this morning as they've had their best game by far so far this tournament. High and off the glass. And ahead for Markazinas. Markazinas chips that past Besford, but Shannon Lang with a great run to come back and cut her off. 2:07 remains in the first. Down low here, Harwick sends it for Mangos. Harwick, Mangos, Milano. The three best players on the floor for the Greeks today. Deep for Cuglietta, Deanna Cuglietta. With 1:35 remaining in the first, Cuglietta sends that out and down. And that's going to be whistled for icing with 1:27 remaining. A special hello to all our viewers in Europe, the UK, Great Britain, Greece. An early Sunday morning. I know a lot of you are missing your church service to be with us, so I certainly appreciate that. Out front, Milano shot. Jackson holds on there. So a nice one-timer by Milano and an even better save by Rachel Jackson. And that's sent ahead for Williams. For Farron. Farron knocks that down. Back to retrieve Kendra Hurd. Hurd with a nice play and an even better stick by Williams there. As they bump into each other. Hurd. Hurd's over here for Williams. Amanda Williams has that roll away from her. Mangos. Backhand on Jackson, makes a save. Rebound pops up. She can't control that, and that's kept alive down there by Milano. Mangos shoots. Backdoor, nice goal. Karakanitis with 12.7 remaining in the first. Buries that one backdoor, and it's 1-0. Team Greece leading. So a late goal by Team Greece, and they'll take a 1-0 lead to the intermission here. 2 seconds remain. So we'll take a quick break for the first intermission. We'll be right back after this. Back for the call of the second period here. Has it a funny, I guess, not funny, haha, but funny just as you reflect back on the week moment just then, as both Rachel Jackson for Great Britain, Vicky Afexinadu for Greece, who've played every minute of every game for their teams, just on the exchange going down the floor. It looked to be so painful for both of them to make that 200-foot walk. And, you know, it's not funny because they have just been warriors, but just the visual of what that meant and what they've done for their teams, absolutely phenomenal. So Greece leads 1-0 here in the second. That's hammered high as Afexinadu makes the save. Rebound. Vicky Afexinadu down on that. And Great Britain continue to have their best offensive game of the tournament. Out here again, that's just past here. And here. And Searle out here for Team Great Britain. Rachel Searle with a nice play to stop behind her own net and set up. Searle rims that wide for Kuglietta. Real nice play. They've got Diot over there. Leanne Diot chips that in for Farron. Kuglietta has got Williams driving the net. Williams calling for the pass. Kuglietta out, tries the jam play. Stopped by Afexinadu. Farron shoots, and that's off the foot of Evans. Behind the net, Kuglietta for Farron. Williams doing a great job to find open space. Amanda Williams now sends that deep for Farron. Shot by Becky Farron goes high and wide. And a fantastic effort from Team Great Britain here. That's sent out and down as Stockdale will recover. Stockdale sends that ahead. Williams tips that, and now it's Croxall. Croxall with the Greek goal scorer, Karakanitis. Croxall needs to be careful there she doesn't draw a penalty. Stockdale in on Milano. Stockdale continues. Rachel Stockdale fires. And Afexinadu will stop that and hang on. With 2 minutes, 33 seconds played here in the second. Face off there, Smith. Smith after that in the corner. Karakanitis sends that high. Looking for Mangos, but a nice play by Searle to knock that ahead. Presley chips that in. Karakanitis out for Milano. Milano, that's knocked away from her by Sarah Lowe. Mangos chips that wide. Too far for Marquezinas. Briscoe now on that. Mangos watched there by Monkey Smith. Across. Looking for Skolfich. But she's taken off that by Herdman. Hammered in by Karakanitis. Just wide of the goal. Mangos. Mangos working low. And that's stopped by Jackson. As I suspected, Tessa Dimitrikopoulos not here, as she had to leave the tournament. Dimitrikopoulos sends us a note on Twitter looking for an update. So Tessa, your Greek ladies are winning 1-0 here in the second, and I'll certainly tweet that back for you. Away come Team Great Britain. Chip there for number 5, Gadala. Gadala, she's stopped by Besford. Gadala pinned there by Besford. Good work by Amanda Besford down low. Evans sends that in wide of the net. Mangos again on that. Mangos. She's got Dongus in front. Watch there by Lang. Zongus battling with Besford. Besford again does a good job in front. 9:30 remains. Rachel Jackson jumps on that. That's sent just wide of Jackson. Again, and on the rebound, Marquezinas. Jackson gets a piece of that one with the leg. As we're just having a little quick chat back and forth with Dimitrikopoulos, who had to fly out at 5 a.m. Newfoundland time this morning as she had previous commitments for her soccer club, and she didn't know. Originally, the schedule did not have them playing Sunday morning, so Tessa, a big loss, but the girls are doing great. Here without you, Mangos fires that in. Chip just wide. Becky Farron. Farron walks, shoots. Fexenedo makes the save. Back here now for Hurd. Croxel fires on goal. Diot looking for the rebound. And Vicky Fexenedo. Another save. 14-9 now are the shots on goal. Whistle down there, and officials come together. I believe the referee, who was deep in the zone, took a stick in the face. She's okay. Yeah, she took a shot up high there. Looks like on the bridge of the nose or the forehead. She's none the worse for wear, and we'll get back going here. Heward sends that in, tipped. Goal, Amanda Williams! And Amanda Williams brings Team Great Britain back into a tie game. One of my personal favorites here at the tournament. Amanda Williams for Team Great Britain, and she gets the goal. And the Great Britain boys are all finally awake. Here's Smith. That's sent in deep. Craighead back out there after taking a spill late in the last period. Sarah Lowe fires that off the rear end of Smith. Chipped in by Smith. And Great Britain with all the pressure here now. Craighead. Presley. And I think they may have given Farron credit for that one, but it certainly was Williams on the back door who tapped it in. Godala. Godala sends that out front for Dongus. Jackson jumps on the loose ball. Quick whistle from the official. 6:38 remains. 1-1 is the score. Got a note. Hi, thanks for the stream, but it's very bright on the screen. That's from Rob. Rob, maybe you had a couple too many drinks last night. Maybe the screen's a little too bright for you. No, I'm just kidding. We'll look into that. Might want to check it on your screen. No, back off. It's not bad. But we'll play with it here a bit, Rob. Herdman away with it. Herdman, that's off the stick of Skovich. And just a step offside on the far side was Catherine Vicarage. Here's Mangos. Mangos sends that around for Sorrell. Cuglietta. That's almost another one for this line here with Farron and Diot and Cuglietta, who as the tournament's progressed have become very, very dangerous. Down in front there. Sorrell sends out ahead for Farron. Stockdale picks that pass off. Good read by Stockdale. She shoots Afexinator with the save. Croxall on that. She sends it deep for Williams. Sent out here for So. Nice play by Shannon Lang. Good active stick there. Feed to Croxall. Croxall Lang. Farron calling for it at the point. Farron, the veteran, and has been a leader for this Great Britain squad this entire tournament, and their most effective offensive player, her and Cuglietta. Sent up here for Smith. Sarah Smith. Across for Craighead. Afexinator handles that one. And there'll be a face-off to her left with 3:13 remaining. Here's Mangos. Natalie Mangos. She's stripped to the ball by Sarah Smith. Smith sends that on goal. Afexinator sends that into the corner. Craighead. Around here for Smith. She's watched by Milano. Around for Presley. Presley sends that out front. Craighead shoots. Afexinator makes the save. And Great Britain have 20 shots on goal here. And Jackson stops that one. .222 remains here in the second. In this 1-1 game. Here's Parker, Kate Parker ahead for Amy Herdman. Herdman gets the red line. She sends that in deep. Parker and Cuglietta in there with her. .151 remains in the first. Excuse me, the second period of play here. It's tied at 1. Cuglietta on the ball. Cuglietta sends that back for Farron. Farron has that knocked off her stick, and here's Dongus. Dongus sends it ahead, but Stockdale with another nice play there. Stockdale sends that in, and Diot battles for it. Cuglietta. Cross for Stockdale. Stockdale sends it in for Farron. Across here, So breaks that up, and Stephanie So is away. And she'll chip that ahead. Stockdale. Tipped on the way down, and Diot will be first to it with 1:05 remaining here. Nakos. Mangos. Hits the blue line. Mangos working there. But watch very closely by Lang. And Lang wins that battle and gets a nice hand from the British crowd. 34 seconds remain. Still tied, 1-1. Harwick works deep. 20 seconds remains here in the second period. Harwick. Sent in by Marquezines, but quickly sent back out by Parker. So after two, the score is 1-1 here in the 7th place game at the 2013 World Ball Hockey Championships. We'll be right back after this. Back for the third period here, and what's shaping up to be an exciting finish here. Cuglietta sends that deep. Greece won the round robin game between these two teams 3-1. But it was a very, very tight game. Battling in the corner down there. Farron out here for Jenny Here sends that on goal. Afexenedo steers that to the corner. Jenny here. Mangos is away. Mangos leading the rush. Mangos shoots. And that's a big save by Rachel Jackson. Here's Marquezinas. Marquezinas throws that on goal. And that goes harmlessly wide. There's Farron. Farron sends it around for Diot. Leanne Diot, a very nice chip play by Diot. And the Great Britain team using those chip plays much better here as today goes on. Cuglietta sends that deep. Cuglietta, as Williams, the goal scorer, is out there with her now. Sent in front. And Milano will retrieve. Smith on the draw, as Steppenwolf on the sound this morning. Lovely. Harwick watched by Lang. Sent in front a little too far for Stephanie So. Back here for Evans. Evans with the one-timer, and Lang takes that away. A little too far for Williams. Icing waved off, though. Krakenitis comes together down there with Craighead. And Parker sends that deep. Parker shoots. Blocked by Dongus. Parker back on that. Here's Kendra Hoard. Watch closely down there. Ahead here for Presley. Presley in a battle with Skofich there in front of the broadcast position. And here's Krakenitis. Krakenitis trying to pick up some of the offensive slack they lost with the departure of Dimitrikopoulos. Ball still loose down there in front. So, taken out by Craighead. Presley. Parker sends that off the boards and down. And that is waved off for the icing. Craighead brings that to the net. And Afexenedo keeps that in her glove. So 10:53 to go in the third. Tie game, 1-1. Cuglietta digs. Great shot by Searle off the draw. Just want to say thanks to some of the emailers writing in. And there's been a number of you just saying thank you for the commentary and everything else this week. And thanks, everyone, for taking the time to write in and being a part of this. And Helen Graham asked what I'll do next week. Well, I'm going to be real honest. Tonight, I'm going to get absolutely drunk with all the tournament organizers. Tomorrow, I will likely be in bed for most of the day. And then I'll just go back to being a regular person, working my regular job, which is for a minor hockey association here in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. And, yeah, so that'll be it. And I'll wait till the next tournament comes around. Hopefully I'll get the contract to go to Switzerland. So, Diot, she shoots. Fexenadu chips that away. But thanks for asking, and thanks for being concerned with what I'm going to be up to. What are these girls going to get up to? They're going to go back to their lives. Cuglietta shoots. And that's off the mask of Fexenadu. Cuglietta now. 9:40 remains in the third. Cuglietta in front for Diot. Diot battling with Nikos. In front for Cuglietta, but that's knocked away there by Harwick. Searle is there. And that's played ahead by Karakanitis. Mangos lobs that, and here's Shannon Lang. Lang met there by Milano. Lang gets that ahead for Mangos. Mangos walks. She has a lane through the middle. Mangos shoots. That's stopped by Jackson, although I don't think she saw it. Farron battling down low. Less than 9 minutes to play here. Farron with Williams. As Farron loses her stick. Mangos. Williams. Korkinitis. Stockdale brings the ball up the floor. She sends that wide here for Croxall. And that's back in deep where Shannon Lang will retrieve it. Sent ahead here, but Croxall's gone for a change. Milano shoots. Out here where Craighead and Skofich will battle. Milano sends that just wide as Dongus can't connect on the backdoor feed. Lang, and you can hear Craighead calling for that one. Here's Presley. She's got an opportunity. Smith lurking high. Great pass, Presley. Smith shoots just wide. Craighead rebound. Save Fexenadu. 7.5 remain here in the third. Hot shot rebound. Marquezines sends out wide. Seven minutes remaining. Harwick. It's poked away by Craighead. Craighead battling there. Nakos and Vicarage getting into it there. Kendra Hurd has that taken away. Marquezines comes in. Joy Marquezines shoots. That's wide of the goal. And she's pushed off that by Lowe. And here's Vicarage. Vicarage is away with Herdman. Kate Parker on the back check. 6 minutes remains. Sorrell is in. Sorrell shoots. Oh, just wide of the goal. Herdman battles over there. Here's Milano. Milano sends that out for Mangos. Mangos around Herdman, and Mangos puts on the Jets. Mangos across for So. So shoots, and a great shot block by Rachel Searle. That one rolls towards the front of the net. Jackson will hang on. 5.5 remains in the third period here. That's sent out with 5:05 remaining. Great Britain on the attack. Still tied here. And there will be a winner to this game. It won't end in a tie. We'll play a 10-minute overtime and then go to a shootout if necessary. Becky Farron for Rachel Stockdale. Stockdale has that taken away by Mangos. That's sent in deep. Oh, walking out front. Shot Farron just wide. Great action here. 4:35 remaining in the third. Shannon Lang walks on that one, but that's tipped high and out of play. And for the viewers in the UK, and I don't know if I'm letting the cat out of the bag here, but we will have an interview. I'll be doing an interview with the Ball Hockey UK guys via Skype. And that's going to take place sometime on Monday. So we'll discuss what happened here this week and lots of other things, I'm sure. So, the sign. And we're throwing off here, but here's Searle. Searle is ahead for Croxall for Smith. Smith shoots. That's blocked. Marquezines for Karakanitis. Karakanitis is in. 3:52 remaining. But yeah, I'll be on doing an interview with the guys from Ball Hockey UK just to discuss all the awesomeness that was this weekend. And we'll have our first penalty call of the game with 3 minutes to go in the tie game as Karakanitis is going to go off for tripping. And Tatey, if we can get a shot of this sign over here, this gentleman in the white is looking for our attention. And that says, who is Johnny Tulip? Who is Johnny Tulip? Shot by Searle. Shot saved by Jackson. 3:25 remains. The Johnny Tulip jersey is getting booed with chants of "Who are you?" by his Great Britain teammates. Stockdale ahead for Cuglietta. Oh, that's Chip Mangos with a break. Mangos short-handed. Backhand on Jackson just wide. Milano knocks that down. She's in on the attack again. 2:30 remains in this tie game. Melissa Milano battles again with Shannon Lang. Lang chips out ahead for Diot. Leanne Diot ahead with Cuglietta. Cuglietta keeps that onside. Diot drives the net. Cuglietta shoots. Affects an 8 who stops that and hangs on. 2:08 remains here in a tie game in the third period. And Great Britain will call a timeout. Back here for Searle. She walks, fires. That's high and wide. Rebound. Diot can't get it. Searle with a great play to reverse that for Hare. Sent on goal. Less than 2 minutes remain now. Jenny Hare. Farron gets tangled up with Harwick. Searle shoots. That's just wide. Krakenitis now with 5 seconds remaining in the penalty to Skofich. Searle sends that over for Hare. Hare. Back for Rachel Searle. Searle winds, fires. Big save affects Anedu. Feet of Cuglietta. Cuglietta puts that on goal. Here's Becky Farron with 1.5 minutes remaining. And Great Britain with all the pressure. Farron. Nice pass for Searle. Becky Farron. Searle tipped just wide off a defender. Cuglietta now. You can feel it coming here. That's chipped out and down. Mangos. Jenny Hare back there, but Mangos wins that battle. Natalie Mangos with 1 minute remaining. Mangos shoots, saved by Jackson. Jenny Hare and Natalie Mangos battling down there. Less than 1 minute remains. For Diot over here on the right side. Leanne Diot turned over there. Skofich keeps it in. Sorrell gets out ahead. And here's Sarah Smith, who's called on here in the last minute of play. For Farron, here's Smith. Sarah Smith over here for Croxall. Nikki Croxall. She can't do anything with it. 27 seconds remaining. Skofich sends that around. Smith will pick that off. Sarah Smith. She stopped there by Mangos. Milano looking for the break. Smith picks that off. Sarah Smith shoots high and wide. 9 seconds remaining, and Amanda Williams out there. Shannon Lang. Lang shoots. Lang sends that in. That's stopped by Mangos. And we're going to go to overtime here for 7th place. in the World Ball Hockey Championships. Great action. We'll take a quick 2-minute break. We'll return for the exciting conclusion of this one right after this. And the ball drops on overtime here. So for the second game in a row, Team Greece in an overtime game. Markazinas sends that wide. Harwick shot stopped by Jackson. Harwick for Mangos for Kourkanitis. Rebound shot just wide by Harwick. Kourkanitis. Markazinas knocks that down with the glove. Kourkanitis shoots. That's off the side of the goal. And Smith is back there, and she'll send it around. Kourkanitis sends that in for Markazinas. Markazinas backhands that, and here's Mangos. Mangos on that, watch by Lang. Lang, it's in front, it's loose, Markazinas shoots. Oh, what a save, Rachel Jackson. And we've had a request, and we've been asked to send a shout out to LK from RK, and I don't even know what that means, but LK, you know who you are, and RK sends you a shout out, so much love. Timeout called Team Greece as they'll take a break to get their top line back on the floor, and we'll take a quick break in the action. And back on their way here in overtime. And as suspected, Greece takes the timeout to keep their top line on the floor. Smart coaching, really. Back in here for Cyril. Rachel Searle with a minute gone in overtime. Searle sends that ahead for Farron. Farron chips out for Cuglietta, and she's got Diot driving. Deanna Cuglietta in on that watch there by Nakos. Cuglietta brings that to the net. Cuglietta wraps it around its head. Deanna Cuglietta with the winning goal in overtime for Great Britain. And they win 7th place here at the World Championships. Deanna Cuglietta, the hero. And wow, great job, Cuglietta. And Rachel Jackson can barely get down there to see her teammates, but all that pain just went away. And Team Greece, heartbreaking 2 overtime losses. Unbelievable. So a great job there. That was chipped along the boards on the left wing. Cuglietta picks that up, wraps it around. And Deanna Cuglietta, the hero for Team Great Britain, the captain. And how fitting is that for Cuglietta? And that win will take away a lot of the pain that the Great Britain team experienced this week. So great job for them. Hats off to them. I'll give them a hand. Fantastic stuff here. Deanna Cuglietta. And the whole team was just fantastic this week. They've been an absolute pleasure to be around, and that's just awesome. They play this one without speedster Hannah Maurice, who was hurt yesterday. Stay tuned for Look at that. And everybody on the camera back home, the girls are so happy, and we're so happy for them. That's just fantastic stuff right there. Couldn't be more happy. However, they're still over there. Dominique Karakanitis is the player of the game for Team Greek. Cuglietta selected player of the game for Team Great Britain. Both teams now will be presented with their souvenir participatory medals for the tournament. And for the first time this week, the ladies will hear their anthem played as Becky Farron, ever the leader, says thank you to all the girls. We don't know, this could be Farron's last go-around at the Worlds. And she was certainly a standout for Team Great Britain this week. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully we'll see her again. Rachel Jackson's so strong in overtime, making a few big saves to slow things early. Eighth place plaque, I would imagine. And the 7th place trophy to Team Great Britain. As God Save the Queen plays over the speakers here. That'll do it. Team Great Britain 2-1 over Team Greece.